In this video, I'm going to talk about setting goals and if it's a good idea to set big goals or small goals or no goals. So I'm going to talk about that. So my first thought is about setting goals that are like big, real big. And I've seen a lot of people say stuff like, oh yeah, set goals that are so big that even if you fail, you will fail past other people's success. Or you will fail, your failure will look better than other people's success. And I don't know, I think that's cool and all, but I also think that that kind of thing only works if you have a vision and like clarity, because in my experience, I've set goals that are like super big and my failure ends up looking like I haven't done anything. Like I've done a whole bunch of work that's gotten me nowhere. So I think setting goals, big goals, you know, you gotta have like a really clear focus and direction and then a path to like get there or something. But so I mean, that's my thought on big goals. I mean, I'm sure they work, but they can also be kind of dangerous as well. You might end up like wasting a lot of time doing those. So I don't know, I think big goals are good and bad depending on how clear your path and direction is. You know, and if you're running a business, I think it's important to focus on profit, you know, and like finding the quickest way to like getting some revenue or something, you know, or have like funding so you can go straight for that big goal or whatever. But I think even investors, I mean, I don't know, I've never had investing or funding, but I think having investors is, they want to see profit as well. So I don't know, I think narrowing it down into like one smaller chunk that will get you money, that way you can use that to fund the next steps, you know. So I don't know, I think I like the idea of small goals. And I'm talking like super small goals, like replacing cereal for breakfast with oatmeal and some vegetables or fruit or something like that. Or I think succeeding in something really small like that builds momentum and it helps you accomplish the next step, you know, it gets you enthusiastic and excited to conquer the next step and goal. I don't know, I think an analogy that I like to think of is it's kind of like building a house, you know, or a mansion or something. If you don't lay the foundation first and you just start putting up wood and putting in windows and stuff and everything's gonna fall down, you're gonna have to move everything out of the way and start over from scratch. So I don't know, I think you know, focusing on the smallest possible thing that, you know, like insignificant things that will take you to the next level, and then you can focus on the next step after that. So you just focus on what's right in front of you and then work on, you know, have that big vision, but focus on the very small thing right in front of you that will get you to the next step, you know. And then if you're always working on the next step, you'll eventually get to that big goal. I was listening to this guy on YouTube who was apparently really successful. I don't know who he is or what his name is, but he was talking about how his first goal was just to get off of his sister's couch. Apparently he was living on his sister's couch or sleeping there, and I mean, that was his only goal, was to get independent, you know. And then Will Smith, he has this story about like building a wall. Building this wall like brick by brick. He's like talking about how he's not focused on building an entire wall. He's just, his only goal is to lay each brick, like lay that one brick at a time as perfectly as he can, you know. And then before you know it, you've got this really awesome wall. So it's like, just focus on the very next step, you know, that will get you, you know, the very next step. So I don't know, I think having a big vision is good, but focusing on like small goals is the way to go, at least my way to go, the way that I'm planning on, or the way that I've been doing it. And well, sort of, I don't know, I mean, I'm living in my car, so I guess you can't take advice from me. So, but these are just my thoughts on setting goals and stuff. I think it's important though that each goal is significant. Like while you're building towards that vision, you need to be, you know, it needs to be a good situation, like innovating. I saw this picture that I really liked, and it was a picture of like building a car, you know, and like how you innovate to get that car. And one of them had this thing where it was like just a bunch of wheels, you know, and there was a frowny face because you can't do much with just a bunch of wheels. And then there was like the doors, you know, the doors were put there in the frame, but it was still useless because it was an incomplete car, you know, and it was like frowny face, frowny face, frowny face, all the way until you get the car, and then you're happy, you know. But if you focus on something small, like walking, you know, so this is like traveling, like how to travel. So if you start with walking and you're happy because you're walking, and then you have like a skateboard and you're happy because you have a skateboard and it works. It gets you from point A to point B. And then you go from a skateboard, you upgrade to a bicycle, you know, and then the bicycle gets you from point A to point B faster. And then you upgrade to, what was it, a moped or something like that. And then finally you upgrade to a car, you know. So it's like each step along the way you're happy and you're making progress, rather than just having useless accomplishments until they work with the, you know, the big accomplishments. So I hope that makes sense. Also, there was this really interesting or really cool video of these dominoes that it started out with like this tiny little domino. It weighed like less than a gram, and he set it in front of this one that was a little bit bigger than it, and he was so small that he had to have like tweezers to put the domino on there. So he put the domino there and he tipped it over, and it knocked down a domino that was bigger, and then that domino knocked something that was bigger than it, and the dominoes kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and after like 16 dominoes or something like that, the dominoes were like 500 pounds or 800 pounds or something like that. And apparently, like, if the science is right, then after like 4 or 5 more dominoes, you could have been able to knock down like the Empire State Building or something like that. And the whole concept behind that is like, if you focus on the very next step, you know, that step number 1 will help you get to step number 2, and it's like, it's easier to get to step number 10 if you've already gotten to step number 9, you know. So if you like build up off of each previous success, it makes it easier to reach that bigger goal than if you were to just like go straight after it. So I don't know, I think for me personally in my business, I think focusing on like my freelancing obviously is something that I've been stalling on because I didn't want to do it, but you know, I focus on freelancing and turn around here. So focus on freelancing and then use that to build up the next level, which would be like residual income and affiliate marketing and affiliate products and stuff like that. So and I mean, it's been working. I mean, I've got affiliate sales through my customer or through my clients that are freelancing clients, you know. So it's like if you focus on the first step, then you'll get farther. But I think I need to step back even farther and actually focus on like actual web design or web development projects, because you know, the affiliate products are good, but I have to make a living and get my gym membership and all that kind of stuff. And it'd be really nice to have like a, you know, $1,000 client or however many dollars of client, rather than just an affiliate product, because the affiliate products, I mean, they're like supplemental, I guess, until it really starts growing. It's just sort of supplemental. So gotta focus on actual getting clients instead of just helping them, you know, do it themselves or, you know, use affiliate products or whatever. So I think that's my next step.
Apparently Think and Grow Rich was also a very small project to begin with. It started out as just like 2 or 3 flashcards and like a 3-minute presentation or something. And eventually it grew into like an hour-long speech, and then it grew into like a weekend seminar, and then finally it became a book after, you know, several years or something like that. But it started out as this really small project. So I don't know, I think if you're, you know, like working out or something, don't try to get everything right all at once, you know, just focus on your diet first, or focus on you know, removing pop from your diet, or spending in replacing TV with, you know, with walking around or skateboarding or something. So I don't know, just start small and work your way up and do, you know, that way you're making progress, because I think progress is really the ultimate key. Any progress is good. So I don't know, anything, I don't know, that's just my thoughts. I'm living in my car, so take my advice with a grain of salt, or my thoughts, but they're just thoughts. I wouldn't really call it advice, so whatever. Have a good day, and subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment letting me know what you think about setting goals and all that kind of stuff. So, and what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? And what are you doing to get there? Have a good day, guys and girls.